Well, Mr. Pascoe, it's great to see you in your office.
Hey, Dr. J,
You know, it's pretty difficult to catch you sometimes. I know you're a very, very busy man. But I tell you what, I'm going around trying to get some stories on what our faculty did this summer.
Okay.
And I hear you did some pretty interesting stuff. You mind sharing a little bit about what you spent that hot, sultry summer doing?
I would not mind at all. Well, as you may know or may not know, I have been cruising around Kansas City getting pictures of really interesting KC artworks, anywhere from murals on walls to sculptures to cool signs that I see. And I've been capturing these images through the lens of my 1963 Polaroid land camera.
Ah, that sounds cool.
It is cool. It's an old school camera. It takes pack film, which Polaroid doesn't make anymore, Kodak doesn't make, so you have to get it from Fujifilm.
Fuji. Okay.
Yeah.
It's black and white or color or both?
You can get black and white or color.
Okay.
Which one would you guess costs more, black and white or color?
I'm going to say the black and white.
Black and white does cost more.
Just because I'm going to know this kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah, you know. So, you know, I've been loading up my camera, I've been cruising around town, and at one point during the summer, I was at the river market, and this adventure got me really familiar with Kansas City. And, you know, the river market was one of my favorite places to go because there's this 4-story antique store that's super awesome.
I know the place.
It's cool. It's got this mural on the outside, too.
Yeah.
Got a couple shots of that. But, let's see.
Now, do you happen to have that camera with you?
You know, I don't. Since then, I have mine at home today.
Okay. It's resting.
It's resting, yes,
Okay.
in a nice cold spot. But at the river market, I saw this piano outside that was really artsy and painted, and it was outside. So I thought that was strange. And I got some shots of it, and I liked those shots I took. And then I did a little research online after seeing another one somewhere else. And it turns out these are called, well, it's for a campaign called Pianos on Parade.
Huh.
And it has to do with 100 years of excellence from the Kansas City Music Teachers Organization or Association or whatever. So, you know, that really got my blood pumping. And I decided to go around and, because I found this map online, and they had these red dots where they're all located, and there's probably about 40 of them at least within about a 50-mile radius. So I made it my mission to go find each one of these pianos. And
that's cool.
Yeah, and take pictures of them. So although I didn't capture every single one, I've been to the location where each one was supposed to be. A few of them were actually inside, and so since this is an outdoor camera, well, there's a flash attachment that requires bulbs, but you know, I have it, but I don't use it. I shoot exteriors only.
You're a purist at heart.
I am a purist, and the sun is the best source of light for these really bright pictures, or for the pictures that you want, that, you know, the colors are real vibrant. So I managed to find all the locations, but I didn't find each of the pianos. Somewhere stored away. One place was having an audit, so they had to put their piano away, and I don't think they took it back out. They were going to take it out for me, but it would have been half a day's worth of work, and I said, no, it's okay, guys. So, long story short, I got as many pictures of these pianos as I could, and now I have books, you know, photo books filled with my summer adventures. And the coolest thing about this all is that my brother Johnny is the one who got me involved in this whole Polaroid thing. And he also taught me how to do what we call photo emulsion transfers. And so you take one of these Polaroid pictures, you soak it in warm water for about 10 minutes, and that emulsion bubbles and it becomes loose. And so what you can do is you can kind of shed that off of the paper backing and transfer it onto a different surface. Hopefully like a lighter colored smooth surface so that it'll show up nicely. So I found in my adventures, you know, in my, you know, cruising around antique stores, that kind of thing, I found a gate, just a nicely painted front gate for like a white picket fence type of thing. And so I started transferring photos onto this gate, and one led to another, and then I started thinking, okay, before I go further, I need to come up with a theme. How is this going to work? I'm going to have sculptures on one side, and vehicles in the middle, and I had 5 rails to play with. So anyway, long story short, this gate thing turned out really well. I'm super happy with it. It's my first photo emulsion transfer project, and now that I have all these pictures, and I don't want them to stay in my books for years and years, I have to get them out there to the world. So I'll be doing many more of these emulsion transfers. Now I'm just looking for places to transfer them to. Like, well, I don't know.
Who knows where it may show up? But how about an idea? Possibly that has the inner workings of Professor Pascoe's exhibit at the Thornhill. I like the way that sounds. Maybe we should work on a few folks. See if we can come up with that.
Yeah, and you know what? I might have connections.
Okay.
You're my connection.
All right.
And Susan.
Well, thank you for sharing what you did this summer. I hope you have a very fruitful fall as well.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dr. J.